Hey friends, welcome back. Marcus here for our Digital Sales Mastery Series lesson numero 5. And I got a question for you. And this one could be a hard pill to swallow. And that is this. Do you know the average open rate for sales emails? In other words, one-to-one emails from a salesperson to a prospect or a customer. Do you know the average open rate? There's been a few different studies on this, but the average open rate is roughly 18%. So if your sales team sends out 100 emails this month, 18 are going to get opened. 82 will not. That ain't too good. That ain't too good. The question is why? You know what's interesting? I have trained many sales teams now in many different organizations. And one of the questions I love to ask sales teams is this. Have you ever been specifically trained on how to write better subject lines for the emails you send? No one has ever said, oh, absolutely, that's something that we work on, that we've been trained on, that we've been tested on. You just don't hear it. So we've got this 18% open rate, yet we don't do anything about it. Because we know the biggest factor in open rates is the subject line. And so we need to teach our sales teams how to produce better subject lines. You know, as marketers worry about subject lines all the time. We got to get that open rate. But it's the same thing for sales and sales emails. This is something that sales managers should be working with their teams with and helping them with and checking on. And the key is learning 3 simple elements that can drive open rates. And I want to talk about those here real quick, okay? Number one, okay? How do we take it from 18% to roughly 60%? That's what we're going to look at right now. By including the person's name or the company's name in the subject line of the email, you're automatically going to get a 10% lift in open rates. Now, this assumes, by the way, all these suggestions, and these are all proven with data, this assumes that you're not doing it in a cheesy or spammy way, right? But by including the person's name or the company's name, if you don't have the person's name, in the email, you're going to get a 10% lift on average. So we've gone from roughly 18 to 30% simply by including their name. Okay, now, what's the second key? Well, the second key is including the word video in the subject line. So what they have found is if the word video is in the subject line, you'll tend to see another 10% lift in open rates. So you might say, well, that means we got to send a video. I know. And in the next video lesson, we're going to talk about using one-to-one video more effectively and how it can be so very powerful. Use an email if we do it the right way. But if they know that they're getting to watch a video, there's something that happens in the brain that says there's more value here, there's more reason to open up this email. Okay, so that's the second one. And then the third component is by including something that is very specific to that person or their needs, their company's needs, a problem that they're having, you're going to see an average lift of 20%. And this is where we tend to fail miserably with sales teams. We send out generic stuff, especially it's not usually problem-based, it's our product-based instead of problem-based, right? And so if we can really isolate a problem that we know they're having, now we've got a 20% lift. So you combine that with including their name, 10% lift, video, 10% lift, and then something very specific to them, their needs, a problem. Now we're roughly a 60% open rate. So what might this look like? The subject line could be something like this. Marcus, quick video regarding your CRM frustrations. Okay? Really simple. Now you might hear that and you might say, well, that sounds lame. That is non-spammy, it's honest, and it's talking about very specifically a problem that they could be having. So in other words, if somebody was having a frustration with their CRM, then there's a very good chance that they would at least open the email. And that's what we're striving for right now. So the question is this. Have you even paid attention to the open rates of the emails of your sales team? If not, I would challenge you to do so. I would challenge you to have a full training with them. And then to follow up and to look and see if they're integrating any of these things. I've taught these to different sales teams before, and some of the coolest reactions, people saying to me, yeah, Marcus, I haven't, like, this is the first time they've responded. I finally got a response from this, Marcus, by doing this. Or, hey, I've watched my open rates and they're up by at least 20%. I mean, stuff like this. This is what you want to hear, but it doesn't happen if we just assume that they know how to get somebody to open up an email. And I can assure you, too, it won't happen by sending out subject lines that say following up or reaching out or touching base or checking in. That's not going to lead to better open rates. But now we know better, and that's what it's all about, right? And so hopefully these are 3 elements that you're going to be teaching to your sales team very soon.